Hello and welcome. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. The big question today, is a short squeeze incoming? If true, there could be a massive trading opportunity on its way. Watch video and you decide for yourself. Enjoy.
In this video, are the bulls ready to head higher, or are the bears still too strong, and are the bears still in control? We're going to take a look at that, of course, in the Bitcoin price action here, and also we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin shorts charts here. So this chart is the amount of short positions in Bitcoin, and we're going to analyze this, and this might be a big indicator as to where Bitcoin is going in the not so distant future. And also we're going to take a look at Tether, because Tether has once again started to print more tethers. So this is something that we're also going to talk about in this video. So if you think that this sounds interesting, then I think that you should definitely keep watching this video. Hello guys, and welcome to the moon. My name is Carl. I'm ready to bring you another cryptocurrency video. And we have Bitcoin here in front of our eyes. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. And well, if we just take a quick little zoom here, we can see that we are still above 6,000 here. This is the $6,000 level. This is the $6.5 thousand level. And so we have this support zone that we have been watching here. As it relates to this triple bottom formation. And yes, given I have of course lowered the support line as we've been going here. At first I thought that we were supposed to find some kind of support here at the 6.5k level, which we did here. And we actually got a small bounce here. It all looked great, it all looked fine here for a while, but then we actually got this big dip here. And then we sold here at 6.5k because things didn't really look too good here. And well, as we could see, after breaking 6.5, we actually fell straight down, all the way down towards, well, the lowest point was actually below 6.8 thousand. So that was a little bit unexpected that we got this big extra fall down towards below 6,000, because I've always been saying that I don't think we're going below 6k. I think we're going to find support at 6k and eventually going to start to curve back up. I think we're going to I've said that we're going to stay in the 6k area for some time here. I think we're going to establish a bottom here, but it's going to look something like this, where we stay in this general area for quite some time. And I think we're going to see more and more people shorting Bitcoin now. I think we're going to see the amounts of shorts ending up in a so-called bubble, I would call it, just like back here. Alright, so let me just show you what I mean by letting the shorts build up a little bit here. So back here in this bottom we had here, we were going sideways, right? Even though we were going up and down, we had some price action here, fine. But overall, the price action ended up at the same place as we began this bottom. It was roughly in the 6.8k area. And this, so from the 29th of March up until the 12th of April, we were going sideways in this bottom. And let's go over to the Bitcoin shorts and see if or what happened over here. So this is the amount of shorts, the amount of short positions on Bitfinex, and in simpler terms, you could say that this is the amount of people betting that Bitcoin is going down. That's the simple way of putting it. And so you can see that as fear sets into the market, more and more people are negative on Bitcoin. So if this graph goes up, that means people are negative on Bitcoin. People think Bitcoin is going down. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going down. It just means that people think it's going to go down. And so it gives us an interesting graph here. And all right, let's take a look at these dates. First of all, what did we say? The 29th of March, right? We have the 29th of March right here. This is the 29th of March, and we said the 12th of April. That is over here. All right, so what does this tell us? Well, from this point up until this point, you can see that this graph was just going straight up. People were very negative on Bitcoin. People were lost faith in Bitcoin. People lost all hope. People were shorting Bitcoin. People were betting on it going down. But we just looked at the charts and we weren't going down any further. We were just going sideways. And still people were shorting more and more. So this price action didn't correspond with this amounts of shorts. And what happened? We got this short squeeze. I made a video about this back then, directly like explaining all of this in greater detail than I'm doing right now. You can watch that video there if you want to. But we got this short squeeze which pushed the price very, very violently straight up here. You can see that's the same date. That it was the 12th of April. That was here the 12th of April. And in the 1 hourly here, you can see that in 1 hour, this is just 1 hour, we went up 16.6% and we ended up at 11.9%. All right, so imagine you traded this. All right, so is this something that we can see once again? Well, why not, right? There's nothing telling us that this is not going to happen again. In fact, people seem to be more negative on Bitcoin right now than they ever been. I've seen people be a lot more negative right now than they were back here. And in fact, we're even lower than we were back here. So one thing that needs to happen for this to play out is that we need to stay in this area for a longer time than just a few days. And so recently I've said that I think we're going to stay from this point and on here, but maybe it is so that we might stay down here for a few days or maybe even a week or two. So for this to truly play out, I think we need to stay between the 6K area and the at least 7K area for like a week or something, maybe more, for the shorts to start to build up. And if you watched my latest video from yesterday, we talked about how this something interesting has happened here in the shorts charts that I found here, and that is actually that we've seen it looks like a cup and handle here, a perfect cup and handle formation where we have this cup and then we have this handle, and the theory goes here in the cup and handle that we're going to go up to this neckline here and get a breakout, and the breakout should be roughly this the height of this measurement, which would end up pretty much exactly where we were in the latest short squeeze. Is this something that can happen? Definitely. Why not? Is it going to happen? Who knows? But this could definitely be something that we can watch. And if this is so, then it could be so that this formation, this cup and handle, is a crystal ball that can let us see into the future here. Which also makes it maybe less reliable, because if more and more people see this, and then usually that means that when everyone is aware of something, a chart formation, usually that means that it gets invalidated and everyone trades it, and so I mean, it's not possible for everyone to make money. In the charts and in the technical analysis and in trading, 80% of all people needs to lose money in order for the 20% to actually make money. And so, but I haven't seen any people talk about this, so maybe we are the only ones, which I highly doubt, but yeah. And so we talked about in the last video, let me zoom in a little bit to the 1 hour chart here, how we formed this cup here, or how we formed this handle from this cup. So we have the cup and here's the handle. We've been going up and down. We tried to go higher here in the amounts of shorts, but now we've been going down again. We actually bounced off this lower line here. And so what I'm looking for here for this to play out is, of course, for the amount of shorts to start to head higher again and not to go down here. This is interesting, and if this plays out, if we start to see a massive shorting bubble here, so what needs to happen is that we need the amounts of shorts to go up while the price of Bitcoin stays the same. That's how we get these shorting bubbles and a short squeeze. And if it plays out, then it's possible that we can actually make a ton of money here. But yeah, that was just a little side note. Let's go over to the next part of this video. All right, let's take a look at the more recent price action here just quickly. And so we talked about in yesterday's video how we have this resistance line. We've failed 3 times to get past it, and we actually failed the 4th time here. We tried to get higher, got smacked back down, but then we made a second attempt, and actually we at that point did break through. Since then we've seen a nice little correction here, and what I need for the price here is actually to find price strength confirmation on this line, and this line is at 6,000. I mean, okay, this could be, you could argue different. Let's say here, this line is at $6,238 roughly. And right now we need to see some strength come in here, but the fact that we didn't move higher after breaking this this resistance line shows me that there is not really that strength in the bulls right now. I think the bulls are not really ready to head higher. We seem to not have the momentum needed to actually do so, and that is quite expected because we have been talking about like we need to stay down here for quite some time. We're not going to just go straight up here. I am anticipating us staying down here for quite some time here, and the bulls are not really ready to head higher yet, in my opinion, and I think this might actually confirm that. Let's head over to another story real quickly here. We have Tether. They have actually created another 200 million tethers in the last few days here, and you can see, so this blue line here is the market cap of Tether. So for example, down here, if the market cap is 318 million US dollars, that means they have created 300 million tethers. And you can see that from the middle of 2017, this blue curve here has just been going straight up, and right now we are at 2.7 billion US dollar tethers. That's quite crazy. So this is starting to look a lot like the monetary base that the Federal Reserve has inflated, and we all know how central banks are, well, in fact, like screwing us over, and it looks like Tether might be screwing us over as well. And the fact that we have these amounts of tethers in circulations makes me a little bit skeptic. I mean, who is providing them with these amounts of money? $2.7 billion. I mean, who is giving them this amounts of money? And I mean, are they borrowing this money, and are they borrowing it at interest, and how are they paying the interest? I mean, how is their business model working out here? I'm not really sure what is happening here. I don't think anyone is. And we talked about how they made an audit like a week ago, and how that is not really that reliable because they didn't use an audit firm. They used a law firm, which is that's not an audit. That's just a, I mean, what they did was they paid a law firm and gave them some papers and said, look at these papers and make sure that what we provided you with is all right. And what the law firm did was they took these papers, all the balances, and said, yeah, fine, this looks great, and put their stamp on it and said, now we've reviewed your papers. So it's a attorney-client relationship, not an audit. That was just Tether paying to like audit themselves in a weird way. So we have a problem here, and this could potentially spread a lot of FUD if this blows up. I don't want to spread FUD right now, but we have to get real as well that right now everything is bullish. Everything is bullish in the developments. Everything is just going so well right now. Not looking at the price, but looking at the developments, everything is just very, very massively bullish. This is the only big like dark cloud hanging over in the sky here. If this blows up, this could potentially be almost as bad as maybe Mt. Gox, because what we need to understand here is that, I mean, because I understand if you think that, well, what does Tether have to do with Bitcoin? Well, the fact is that Tether is a big part of many exchanges right now. A lot of the trading volume is based on Tether, between Bitcoin and Tether, and altcoins and Tether. So that you can make a comparison with Mt. Gox, how when Mt. Gox got bankrupt, a lot of the trading volume vanished because Mt. Gox handles so much of the trading volume. Well, Tether handles a lot of the trading volume as well. So if Tether just completely disappears, that's a very, very bad thing, because that means trading volume is going to vanish, and that could potentially kill a lot of the price action in Bitcoin. We could potentially move straight below 6K, and I think that this is something that could actually pull us down towards maybe 4 or 3K. I don't want to spread FUD, but we have to understand that for us to move lower, we need FUD. We need bad news. This is potentially bad news. So let's hope this just keeps rolling on until Bitcoin is independently just moving higher. All right, but that's it for Tether. Let's just take a quick look at these charts here, because something very, very interesting has happened here. And the interesting thing is that we have actually found support here on the $250 billion line here. And let me show you how significant that one is. So after this big bear market here, we actually saw the whole crypto markets find support here on the $250 billion line. And yes, this is the total market cap. So this is Bitcoin and altcoins together as a collective market cap. And so this should be pretty indicative or indicative, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, of how the general crypto market is doing right now. Not specifically Bitcoin or specifically altcoins. And right now we actually found support on the exact same line. This might be very bullish. This might be a big indicator as that, like, we have found this is the bottom right now. We are at the same point as we were back here. So are we at the bottom? Well, this is pretty bullish that we found support here. We saw a small little dip here, but just like we talked about how with the basketball or the ball being underwater, and how the buoyancy and the strong force of the bulls under is just pushing, just making the ball shoot right back up. This is what you could say happened here, and we're actually above, floating on the water right now. And I think this could be a very good indicator. So what we need to see here is the $250 billion line to keep holding support, and in the Bitcoin charts that would be the equivalent of the 6K holding support, because they seem to line up pretty nicely. And we talked about in the video a few days ago how we were moving closer to the 40% level once again here in the Bitcoin dominance, and how we twice moved to the 40 level and found resistance. 40 level found resistance, and how now this time I think that either we're going to go down again, or we're going to just pop through and start moving higher up until maybe the 45% level. And I think that is quite likely that we move towards 45% level. And now it actually seems as though that is happening. We popped through 40%, and right now we seem to be going higher towards possibly 45% here. And I think the long-term goal here, or mid-term goal, is 50%. I think that's very likely, but in the short term here, let's focus on the 45% level. This also means that right now it's more profitable to be invested in Bitcoin than in altcoins.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to see how we are stacking Bitcoin even in a bear market, generating crypto commissions, and using signals, seize the day. Click on the link in the description area below.